Indayata patra netra yena tvaya bharata taila purnaha prajvalito jnanamaya pradipaha prapanna parijataya totra vetraikapanaye jnanamudraya krishnaya gita mृतदुहे नमः सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्ससुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पल शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनीं श्रुतीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तककेशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पतैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानापस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः अथ चतुर्दशोऽध्यायः श्रीकृष्ण परमात्मने नमः वर्ष नंबर 4 chapter 14 श्रीभगवानुवाच परं भूय प्रवक्ष्यामि ज्ञानानां ज्ञानमुत्तमं यज्ञात्वा मुनयः सर्वे परां सिद्धिमतो गताः इदं ज्ञानमुपाश्रित्य मम साधर्म्यमागताः सर्गेऽपि नोपजायन्ते प्रलये न व्यतन्ति च मम योनिर्महद्ब्रह्म तस्मिन् गर्भं ददाम्यहम् सम्भवः सर्वभूतानां ततो भवति भारत सर्वयोनिषु कौन्तेय मूर्तये सम्भवन्ति याः तासां ब्रह्म महद्योनिः अहं बीजप्रदः पिता we saw up to this. Let's look into Srishti Prakriya once again. It's a subtle thing, okay? For instance, why did creation? How did it happen? This everybody says. When was the first creation? That means when somebody said that there should have been somebody there. Who created that fellow? Doesn't fit the bill. There was a child who asked the mother, Mom, who created this place, world? The mom was cooking and she very gladly, happily said, God created. Oh, God created earth. Then who created heaven? God created. Where was he before he created heaven? Hell. What will the mother say? Go play with your brothers and sisters, don't come in trouble. These were the problems. So if you go by these confusing kind of answers, it doesn't get you anywhere. You will only have to bluff. Vedanta doesn't allow you to bluff. It says certain words are anirvachyam. Anirvachyam means it has to be understood, but I cannot explain it to the dot and T for the simple reason it is not objective. It is not knowledge of something. See this, I see what this is. I see this. Knowledge of a thing. In knowledge of the whole, how are you going to give? Are you going to objectify it in your ball of in your hand? So obviously, it has to be understood differently. So let's see some of the prakriyas used for understanding creation. Why creation, what creation, things like that. Favorite example. We have quoted so many times that you would still like to quote the same. You are walking back home during twilight in a rural area. And as you are approaching your house, in the dim light, you see a coiled shape in front of the main entrance of your house. Old, look at that village type of house, thinai on either side, pillars, and then step down. Just before getting into that few steps up that outside, thinai, whatever, you see something in a coiled shape. What's your immediate thought? My God, snake. Fear has come. How will I cross? What if the snake bites me? Fear. What after hearing my footfalls, my children come running out and they get bitten? Anxiety, fear, have all taken hold. Is there a snake? There is only a rope. Why did you see the snake? When did you see the snake? What was the what do you call it? What was the jati of the snake? For poisonous, toxic, non-toxic, or what do you call it? Constrictors. All these things. What did you see? Answers. When did you see? Nothing happened. You saw because you had ajnana. You did not have jnanam. So some form created an image. When did it create? The moment you saw it. And where was this image? It was possibly embedded in the system. For example, somebody from the West would possibly see a rattlesnake. A fellow who has never seen a poisonous snake might perhaps see only one of those, those non-poisonous, non-toxic snakes. Okay. Forget snakes, anything at home. You get up at night and then with the dim light and you look around, you don't find something there and you find some murky shape in some corner. What are your conclusions? Okay, naturally, we are in the city. We don't conclude a snake or something. We conclude it must be one of those critters. Either what do you call a cockroach or one of those rodents. One of them have come inside. So, what made you see it? When did you see it? What did you actually see? These things cannot be explained. Anirvachaniyam. And then, how can you ever see a snake in a rope? You can't see. But yet you see. Because the rope lying in that particular form has the potential to appear as a snake. Agatita Gatana Patiyase. That is what is called Maya. It makes what cannot be made. Okay. Agatita Gatana Patiyase is called Maya. So they say Ishvara with Maya creates this Srishti. How does Ishvara create his Srishti? They don't sit somewhere and make clay models and throw it around. Ishvara says, Aham Bija Prada Pita. I am as though the father who impregnates. So the example given is the male impregnating the female. So this is a problem. You will start having and making a movie of one Parvati, Shiva running after Parvati, and you will write some all kinds of rubbish. This is the problem. We have this problem. The freedom of narrative makes you narrate anything and everything. That's a problem. If freedom is restricted, you won't narrate all this rubbish. Yes, aham Bija Prada. I am the contributor of the seed. Let's understand this a little carefully. And then I am the Pita and Tasam Brahma Mahat Yoni Aham. I as Ishvara, I as the intelligent cause of creation provide provided the seed. I as the material cause of creation, I'll give you an example, took that seed. That seed means a creative potential, empowering me to create. So I alone contributed the seed, I alone created. Ishvara says. Okay, let's look at it a little. All of you dream, don't you? Who's the intelligent cause of dream? Who's the seed provider of the dream? Aham, Bija, Prada, Pita. Where do you throw the seed? Outside. It is into yourself. You have created the entire Srishti, you created your own body also. So, Tasam, Brahma Mahat Yonim Agaham. I am the creative potential both in me. Ishvara Maya together, they are inseparable. Together. Mahat Yoni. Then what happened? Sarva Yonishu Kaunteya Murtaya Sambhavantiya. Now, a monkey can produce only a monkey. Thank God. A donkey can produce only. There are so many yonis, plants, insects, sea creatures, amphibians, other jantus, men, Homo sapiens, jivas, devas. They are all living beings. Devas are living beings. Devas, all of them are under the category Murtaya, forms, objects or created beings that have form. That is called Murtaya. Understand, and each of these Murtis function under an infallible law. You have to understand this, only then you can relate to Ishvara properly. Otherwise, you dal nahi galegi. Okay, you have to understand the law properly. There is an infallible order. What is that infallible order? Monkey will produce only a monkey. Okay? Homo sapiens, all of them, they produce the male and the female. How do you know when the male will be born? How do you know when the female will be born? There are some chromosomes. Mixing will produce the appropriate male or female. Then, the gestation period for each yoni is different. For mosquito, I think it's 72 hours. And it lives only 72 hours. For it's a lifetime. And for human beings, slightly longer. For elephants, for turtle, they say if you go to the Calcutta Zoo, you can see a turtle which is about 150 years old. So each yoni has its unique life cycle, unique way of producing progeny, unique way of incubating it, unique way of nurturing it. So this sambhav, how does it happen? Ye sambhav kaise hota hai? It happens because of the empowerment in this universal yoni, Mahat yoni. Mahat Brahma here means Mahat. In that universal yoni, in that universal womb, there is an order, call it a program if you like, which will help each one of these species produce species of their kind alone. And if you do some hybrid, it will have features of both. In Calcutta Zoo, they tried tiger and lion. So Tigon was born. When they tried a lion with a tigon, then they became a litigon. I don't know where they are all gone now. So, so there is a law, there is an order. There is an order. Infallible order. It doesn't fail at all. In that infallible order, there are certain beings which do not have the male and the female. For example, amoebas produced by division. Okay, there's something called seahorse. It converts into, the male becomes female, delivers and goes back into male. There is something called the widow spider. The moment the male spider impregnates the female spider eats the male. It's all infallible order. There's some order there. Can you understand each one of them? That's why it's called Maya. And the conception takes place. The whole process, we can take the human alone. It takes so many days to nourish it. At each point of time, there is a growth. There is an order in that growth. That's why there are physicians who can trace the growth and say, this development is normal. This development has certain problems because there is an order. If there was no order, one was born on the second day, one was born on 273rd day. Oh God. One was born on 273rd day. The other was born on what, 2730th day. It will be disorder. You say even in disorder there is an order. Okay, there is an order. This order is called, was created. This empowerment was possible through Aham Bija Prata Pita. How? By mere presence. By mere presence. How did your dream work? Do you get up and put some ingredients into the system, dance around, have a bath, and then have a drink and something like that? No. You slept. By your mere presence, the whole thing, dream world came into being. Is it not so? Just extrapolate this into this Srishti. And in your place, you put Bhagavan. Bhagavan, in his dream, empowered Maya, Prakriti, another name for Prakriti, to see the Srishti as it has happened. And how does the Srishti work? You should go to Taittiriya Upanishad. So there is Brahma, Brahman, okay? There is Brahman. Brahman empowered Maya, and this combination starts the Srishti. And how does the Srishti work? Tasmatva etasmat atmanah akasha sambhutah. Akasha came first. Along with Akasha, time came. Time and space come. You can't say when did Akasha come? Because Akasha and time came together. Okay? You can say they were came together, or it was like this, it manifests itself. When you say Akasha came, then where was Akasha before it came? The entire Vedantic Shastra is available for logical reasoning. We tell people, come here, aake debate karo humse. We tell people, come and debate with us. We will talk to you. But for that you must study Tarka Shastra, Nyaya Shastra. You must have studied Brahma Sutra. Then we can debate with you. Each one of you can debate without having gone to some serious studies required. That's all. All of you can debate. There are some people who say, that is God's domain. We are not supposed to ask. It's called BLUFF. The moment eyes are half closed and the tonality changes, it means there's a problem. Bluffing. Whereas Vedanta will come to Anirvachaniyam. Anirvachaniyam means I cannot explain it to you the language by the way I explain objects to you. But you can insightfully understand. You can insightfully understand. Tomorrow evening I have a talk. I'll put it in the group. I will talk to another group using the same example with a totally secular language. You can attend that as well. Okay, I'll give you the link where we could talk the same thing in a different language using different terms. The content will never be diluted. Styles will be different. We will never bluff. Our teachers, the mere presence of the teacher is enough. This picture is enough to ensure that I don't bluff. The examples may be different. The teaching style may be different. But the content will never ever be diluted or will ever take you on a trip. You ask any number of times, I will answer this question. I will help you answer. I will help you understand. And the whole thing is called a Parthaya Pratibodhitam. Pratibodhita means exchange. In one place when Krishna says, I told this knowledge to Vivaswan, Surya. Arjun says, hey, come on Krishna, it is too much to swallow. ये क्या बात है यार, छोटी मोटी झूठ हो तो ठीक है, ये तो यार बहुत बड़ी है. You see, Arjuna is challenging Krishna. What is Krishna? You told to Vivaswan. How can I understand? That Krishna has a reply for that. He says, what you are seeing is only a form. Whereas in content, I am Ishvara. And as Ishvara, I am aware of all my forms. As Jiva, you are aware, you are not even aware of this form properly. Very beautifully explained. So now, in your lifetime, you study Bhagavad Gita. Good enough. Thanks to the organizers, we excel. We are trying, we are already in talk number 211, chapter 14. Ishwara Anugraha, in my lifetime, I'll complete the other 4 chapters as well. Why I say Ishwara Anugraha is because there is no guarantee you will survive the next 1 hour. So therefore, we say Ishwara Anugraha. If Ishwara wills and if Ishwara wants that this should be created, it will be created. So, it is like a bija. Like I am the bija, seed provider for my own dream. Now go a little deeper. You saw a cobra. Another fellow saw a rattlesnake. Yet another fellow saw a viper. Why these differences? Karma. You are scared of cobra, therefore you saw cobra. Other fellow is in the west, he has seen only a rattlesnake, so he has seen a rattlesnake. Other way you have seen too many Animal Planet movies, so you see a constrictor. Karma. Now you understand? What you see in your dream is why it has come your dream. Hey, why can't I see your dream? That's because it's my karma, it's not your karma. I can see you in my dream. My karma. Okay, it's not your karma. I had a dream yesterday. Somebody comes and he says, I'm going to take away something that you possess, something very precious. And even as he is trying to take it away, he becomes a woman. When I woke up. All these things can happen. Who is the creator? I am the creator. Who is this fellow who came? I saw some Zoom presentation. I saw a presentation in the afternoon. There was one oily looking character there, who had a permanent smile on his face, eyes half buried. So one look at him, you know a charlatan. Then when you see one. So that fellow in the dream came and said, you call me a charlatan, I'm going to take away what you have. Perhaps he was threatening my Vedanta knowledge, who knows? So, this is how Srishti happens. Okay, that is verse number 4. Let's go to verse number 5. Clear so far? We will do it as many times as you want. Listen to it several times. Let's go to verse number 5. Sattvam rajas tama iti guna prakriti sambhavaha. Sattvam rajas tama iti guna prakriti sambhavaha. All line. Sattvam rajastama iti guna prakriti sambhavaha nibadhanti mahabaho tehe dehinam abhyayam tehe dehinam abhyayam. What an amazing verse. So now this Srishti has come into being. Okay. Now this being, this Prakriti has certain gunas. See, guna doesn't mean features or attributes. Guna means a certain type of functioning. Okay, guna. There is a guna. Guna doesn't mean character, not like that as well. It is a certain type of functioning. A certain type of functioning. And these type of functionings are called Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna. Iti Gunaha Prakriti Sambhavaha. Maya came along with these gunas. Okay? So you saw something fearful. You saw Maya's Rajoguna. In your creation, you saw something pleasant. You saw Maya's Rajoguna. So when you see a pleasant thing, it is called Rajoguna. When you see something that terrifies you or something like that, you call it Rajoguna. You saw the Rajoguna aspect of it. Okay? It's like a bhavana, inbuilt emotion there. You see something dull and what do you call it, profane and things like that. Tamoguna. Hey, you see a movie. Let's say you saw a movie. Long ago, in the 60s, they produced a movie. These days, horror movies are only laughter movies, comedy movies. There is nothing worth horror. I saw a movie. So, the music goes like that. Da, da. What has it created in your mind? Huh? Rajas, fear. It has created fear. Da, 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 da. It has created fear. So, Srishti has this inbuilt in Srishti. Certain things can create fear in you. Then this man with a gun in hand comes and strikes. Tang! The claws will come. Ah, fear. And a whole lot of people, some people had fainting fit and some people had a heart attack. Agony. So it has that potential. The various gunas are inside the Srishti. And remember something, whatever is in the whatever in the karanam will inhere in the karyam. And what is in the karanam? Chaitanya and Achetana, Ishvara and Prakriti. I have my father's features and my mother's features. Some people look at me and say, you even have your great-grandmother's feature. They have neither seen my great-grandmother nor have I seen. Ye pata nahi where they come and say, we have seen great-grandmother also. I don't know how. Maybe when I was young, they have seen. When I was very young, they might have seen my great-grandmother. But I have my father's feature and my mother's feature. My son has my feature and my wife's feature and my father's feature, his grandparents' feature. Some features are there. The grandchild also carries. So, whatever guna are there in the karanam, inheres in the karyam as well. That's what he wants to say. Okay. So the sattvam, raja, and all three will be there. You will not have a pure sattva, pure rajas, pure tama. You will have a combination. Sattva, raja, tama iti gunaha prakriti sambhava. It is available in prakriti. Don't ask me when, why. It is available. It is the way it is. Mixture is available. And what do they do? Nibhandnanti Mahabaho. Mahabaho is referring to, don't say Mahabaho Nibhandnanti, okay? He's addressing Mahabaha. That is Arjuna. So here Arjuna, this binds in this body Dehinam Avyayam. Okay, I am called the Dehina. Okay, in Dehe, in this body, all karakas, all case ending. Okay, Dehina is accusative case. Dehe in locative case. Nibhandnanti. The gunas are as though bound into me. They are not bound as such. This is a little Vedantic material, because if I am bound, there is no question of freedom. When we see moksha, we'll see that. Okay, they are as though bound. Okay, let's take it. You have got to play the role of, my favorite example. You have to play the role of Guru Gobind Singh. Okay, and the director says, "Ab दाढ़ी बढ़ाना पड़ेगा, मुच्छी बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. You have to grow a beard. You have to grow whiskers, or at least you have to paste it onto you on that particular day. You have to learn to wear that turban, Sikh style. You have to learn to wield the sword, and in that guttural voice you should be able to say Bole So Nihal. You should be able to say. What does happen? The features of the role nibandhanti. So a father has certain guna. The father will have a mixture of sattva, raja, tamas. Mother will have sattva, raja. The child will have sattva, rajas. Everyone. So this will bind the dehinam, the role player into the role. Dehe, dehinam, nibadnanti. They tie it up. They as though tie. They as though tie. So sometimes you will really grow a beard. They'll say one half a scene yaar kya badana hai. Just put it on some stick on it. And if you are a method actor, you will say, no, I won't. Even the most method actor will not actually die. He will only act as dying. He may grow a beard. Okay. Some people are called method actors. They want to really live it out. Okay. So, Sattvam, Raja, Tamam iti gunaha, Prakritim sambhavaha, Nibandhanti mahabaho, mahabaho, Dehe, Dehinam, Avyayam. In this body, it is bound, as though keep you tied down. Okay, clear so far? Let's go to verse number 6. Acha, now the teacher is taking you through three gunas. He said three gunas are there. Now he is taking you through each of the gunas. Three gunas, each one. And what will be the manifestation of this guna? How will this guna manifest itself? Can you in yourself see tamoguna? Have you in your, it is not meant for me to judge that fellow is a tamo, that fellow is a rajo. You're not supposed to judge people, because that means you're putting people into brackets. It doesn't work like that. It is for us to check. At some point of times, I have rajoguna inclinations. At some point of time, I have tamoguna inclinations. At some point of time, I have sattva guna inclination. Okay, we'll see how is sattva guna inclination manifests. Okay, verse number 5. No, verse number 5 is just verse number 6. Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat. Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat. Prakasham anam prakashaka anamayam. Yeah. Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat prakashakamananamayam. Once more. Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat prakashakamananamayam anamayam. Okay. Sukha sangena bhatnati jnana sangena chanagha. A lovely word. Anagha means a pure one. Hey Arjuna, you are a pure one. Your purity is the reflection of sattva guna. Anagha, Arjun, you are so pure. Each one of you has certain purity in you, and that reflection of that purity is sattva guna. The focus that we bring into our discussion for these 1.5 hours is because of purity. So it is because of that purity. So he says, Anagha, O pure one. Okay, in Maharashtra they have this Anagha, they have. Okay, this is pure one. Anagha, Badnati. What does Sattva Guna? What kind of, if you are a Sattva Guna predominant person, okay, what will be the manifestation? How will Sattva Guna manifest itself in a Sattva Guna oriented person? It's not meant for people to judge. It's not meant for people to come to conclusions and feel guilty or anything. It is just an indication. It is a it's a parameter for study. So this is what it means. If this means this is what it means. If red lines indicate this, blue lines indicate this. It's something like that. So, Tatra, there, Sattva. How is Sattva manifested? Nirmalam. Nirmalam. Malice free. From inside. From inside. Your narrative is malice free. There is no angry person inside. At various points of time in the day. You need not be like that throughout the day. But when it comes to situations, certain challenges, certain response to certain challenges, nirmalatvat, you are malice free. Prakashakam, a lovely word. Prakashakam. Prakashakam means radiant. Prakashakam. Anamayam. Anamayam is another beautiful word. Or purity. Okay, another word for purity. Anamayam. Then Sukha Sangena Badnati. And what is the end result? You will feel happy inside. There will be a certain happy being inside. You will be pleased with yourself. That will be the reflection of a Sattva Guna person, if you can call it that. Okay, but it doesn't mean you will have it 100. These are the parameters. So at some point of time, if you see yourself as a malice-free person, if you see yourself as a person with radiance, you are enlightened. You are enlightening, and you are enlightened. You are driven by an urge to help people. Somebody criticizes you. You say, "Jane do. Let him have his. Let him. No problem." Nirmalatvat, Prakashakam, Anamayam, pure, limitlessly compassionate. Sukha Sangena Badnati. There is a sense of well-being inside. Okay, there are small Atma references here. See, this is an objectified Sukha. It is not your Ananta Sukha Swarupam. It is this happy feeling is obtaining in your mind, in your antakarana. There are certain things, try. Okay. Your electricity bill for the month has come. Pay it now. As soon as the talk is over, you pay. Payment successful. There will be a tick mark. See, just look at your feeling inside. Credit card bill paid. More importantly, before the due date, file your IT return and get acknowledgement. Right? Look at that pleased feeling that comes inside. When you complete a responsibility, how do you feel when your son or daughter gets his graduation? All decked up and you're there watching the whole thing. How do you see? How do you feel when the teacher says your son is a wonderful child? How do you feel? So these are Sukha Sangena Badnati. Okay, then we see the next word, we'll see another word. Badnati. Okay, let's go to the next verse. Verse number 7. रजो रागात्मकं विद्धि रजो रागात्मकं विद्धि तृष्णा संगम समुद्भवम् तृष्णा संगम समुद्भवम्. The word itself must be readily meaning should flash to you. तन्निबध्नाति कौन्तेय तन्निबध्नाति कौन्तेय कर्म संगेन देहिनम्. Whole verse. रजो रागात्मकं विद्धि तृष्णा तृष्णा sorry तृष्णा संगे तृष्णा संगम samudbhavam. So now rajoguna. How does rajoguna come? Trishna sanga samudbhavam. Trishna means a longing. Trishna. Mriga Trishna, no, the word there. The mriga, it searches for this kasturi inside and keeps running around. Trishna means an endless thirst, search, longing, lovely word. Trishna Sangha Samudbhavam. What is your Trishna? Known products, unknown products. In those days, about a few years ago, quite some time ago, all you have to do is use newspaper ads, TV ads, or you have to actually go to a shopping center. Now, sitting at home, Trishna, oh Trishna, going to the, and then they have something called, what do you call, they've got some technology, some artificial intelligence, what do you call, fed there. It picks up the sites in which you hover for 15 seconds. If you hover for 15 seconds in a site, it records. Next time when you log in, all these ads will keep coming. If you don't hover for some time, then it disappears. So it is actually Trishna Sangha Samudbhavam. They have only copied your thing. Your mind longs for something and that picture is kept thrown. Gaadi kharidna hai. One SUV I have to buy. I should have a house. If you have one house, fine. I must have house here, I must have house there, I must have house there. And further Trishna, I must be recognized. I should be given a glittering robe or something like that. I should be recognized. I can't reasonably become a doctor, at least political connection should get me a doctorate. Something should get me. I want something from outside. Trishna Sangha Samudbhavam. That is Rajoguna. Okay, Rajo also means dust. Okay, it's the dust. Ragatmakam. And what is the nature? It is Raga Atmakam. It is strong desire driven. Strong desire driven. You go to a mall, okay? And what do you do in a mall? You get mall, you go from shop to shop and get mauled. Where will you hover longer? In some shops, which products you like, Krishna. You can't afford to buy, but you will still look at it and perhaps daydream. Krishna, Sangha, Samudbhavam, okay. Rajoguna Rajatmak, it is Rajoguna Ragatmakam. See, it's a very beautiful word there. When there is a white cloth and you dye it, dye, okay, you use a red color dye. The dye is an external factor. The white cloth becomes red after that. So your otherwise Nirmala Prakashaka mind sees something. That something is what you see outside is called an object. It is called a padartha. It is a padartha. Okay, then you see the brand. Oh my God, I must own it. What has happened? Krishna, Sangha, Samudbhavam. It has attached itself to my mind and it has entered my system. Padartha has become Vishaya. And it is colored at some way I must get it. It is very expensive. Koi baat nahi. I must get it. Okay? And how does it? Now he uses the word tan nibhatnanti. What was the word used in the previous verse? Badnanti. When it is when it is a sattva guna oriented pleasure, it only gives you, it definitely creates a bond, but it is not something which when you can get over that bond. The bond doesn't stick on to you for long. Again, you can brush it off. It would be nice if I have this. If I didn't have it, not bad. Nibhatnanti nishchayena, it firmly attaches itself to you. Nibhadnanti. And what does it do? Karma sangena dehinam. In this body, dehinam, in this body, accusative case, karma sangena, it will attach itself to action. So I have a trishna, I looked at a car or something. Let's go for a simple example. You go into all the social media. Now another 2 months, new year is away. Just 2 months, little more than 2 months. So all sorts of diaries, calendars, planners, and all these things come over, and you look at each one of them. This product, library edition. Another fellow says this must be this. This must be this. Another fellow says all kinds of advertisement. The Trishna has come in your mind. It has attached. It's a nibhatnanti. And what does it impel you to do? It impels you to take an action. What is the next action? Go to the website and keep scrolling. Then you say, order now. Nibhatnanti karma sangena dehinam. It impels you into action. Karma sangena. Okay, so sattva guna, you have seen. What does sattva guna do? It gives you pleasures. Pleasures are attached to pleasures, a happy feeling and things like that there, but they don't drag you down. Rajoguna also gives you certain kind of pleasure. Acquisition is a pleasure, but it is raga dvesha driven, pressure driven pleasure. Pressure driven. Spelling is different, that's all. Pressure driven pleasure. Whereas sattva guna, you do it with pleasure. Here you do it with pressure. Pressure driven pleasure. Let's also look at the third one. Then I wanted to complete 3 today, 8, so we will complete that. 8. Verse number 8. Now, tamastva jnanajam vidhi, tamastva jnanajam vidhi, mohanam sarva dehinam, mohanam sarva dehi, not mohanam raga here, okay? Mohanam sarva dehinam, pramadalasya nidrabhihi, प्रमादालस्य निद्राभिः तन्निबध्नाति भारत तन्निबध्नाति भारत. The previous also was nibadnati, now also nibadnati bharata. So what is the nature of tamasic drive? Tamasic drive is ajnanajam. See, the rajas oriented fellow at least has an idea of what is dharma, what is the adharma. He has got some sense of balance here. Hey, this is not proper. But then he ignores it. That's another thing. I should not do it. I should not tax another fellow. I should get it out of my own earnings. I should not emotionally blackmail people. He has all these feelings. He tends to ignore it once in a while. That is a rajoguna. What is a tamoguna? Ajnanajam. He does not even have this feeling. I want it, period. It belongs to him, does not matter. I want it, period. Okay? So, tamas ajnanajam vidhi. No, it has ajnana. It is generated by some kind, by ignorance, by blind ignorance. Then, mohanam sarvade. Mohanam here means delusion. I've got so much value for it that I want it somehow. And I live in my dreams. I want that. Don't care what I spend. I don't care. I want to spend. Mohanam. Sarvadehinam. So in people of this kind of inclinations are available in all dehis. In all deha it is available. Even you and I can have it. Later on he will tell how to handle it. We can all, see, there are sometimes, what do you do with all the money? Let me spend it away. We have those thoughts. Hey, why not have this? Why not have all the fun? Okay. But some balance comes. The balance means there's sattva guna pradhana. Okay. Dehinam. Okay, it is ajnanajam vidhi mohanam sarva dehinam. Then pramadam. Pramadam doesn't mean Tamil pramadam great. Pramada here means casual, careless indifference. अरे कुछ नहीं होगा यार. It happens. When you tell somebody, I am an occasional drinker, that fellow will say, today is the occasion, drink. He wants to make you drink. कुछ नहीं होगा. No, today I did what do you call Amavasya Tarpanam for my ancestors. No, I know your father used to love a good whiskey, so never mind, have one Tarpanam with whiskey also. The people who talk like that. So, Pramada. Pramada means a casual, careless indifference. Next one, alasya, laziness. It is not just physical laziness, it is intellectual laziness. You are not willing to even probe certain issues. You are not even willing to examine the issue all round. Yeah, it happens. It happens. During election time, all it matters is what they are giving me, how much money I am giving. That's why somebody said, I don't care what religion you belong to. I don't care what kula you belong to, as long as you belong to the nation. If nation is my priority, I don't mind anything else. I'll vote for the person. Very beautiful, is it not? So this fellow says, kya farak padta hai? Whoever gives me more, I vote. Alasya, intellectual laziness. Nidrabihi. Nidrabihi means he is not sleeping all the time, lazy, and physically a fellow whose habits are such, laziness, no industry, quick way out. Hey, who will stand in the queue, man? Pay something extra and get it done. Okay, alasya nidra tan nibhadnanti. Okay, tat nibhadnanti, hey Bharata, hey Arjun, hey Kulasreshtha. He is bound to the body by this kind of manifestation. This is what he highlights. Okay, so three types of manifestations. There is a sattva, there is a rajoguna, there is a tamoguna. It is not meant for us to sit on judgment on anybody. It is meant for us to understand that we are a mixture of all three. If you have tamoguna inclinations, work on them, convert them to rajoguna. So you can't jump from tamoguna to sattva-guna. You will become a lazy rajoguna. From tamoguna convert to rajoguna, and from rajoguna gradually grow into sattva guna. We don't say convert. Grow into sattva guna. Eliminate tama, grow from rajoguna to sattva guna. How do we grow? Guru kripa, shravana manana nididhyasana, karma yoga, upasana yoga. Ho gaya, five-fold formula. How do we grow? Listen. Listen to scriptures regularly. Reflect on the scriptures. And have whatever you have understood, what you are convinced, your conviction, live that conviction. Nididhyasanam. And to strengthen the process, do karma yoga. Pursue whatever you are doing with the spirit of Ishvara Arpana Buddhi, aligned to what is proper. Never stop enjoying or have fun, but have it properly. Karma yoga. Upasana yoga. You cannot wish away Ishvara from your life. Understanding the presence of Ishvara and bringing Ishvara into a life is Upasana yoga. So we'll conclude at this point of time. Next week, we will go into verse number 9 and 10. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनीं देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भया सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय हो, सब संतों की जय हो, स्वामी दयानंद महाराज की जय हो। ओम नमः शिवाय। बोले शंकर। 20th
Om
Monday.
Namah Shivaya. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Somebody is please mute. Yeah, thank you. See, next week is 20th will be Diwali. There will be a lot of noise around, so we might not be able to have the satsang, crackers and things like that. So we will have it on the week following. 27th we'll have our satsang. Next week I'll announce to the group. Tomorrow we have a special session for an institute where we have Institute of Mental Health. So we are using and we are looking at an emotion called sadness, universal emotion called sadness, and how to resolve sadness. I'll send you the link. Please join. Om Namah Shivaya. Have a wonderful day, wonderful week. Happy Diwali to all of you.
Happy Diwali, sir.
Om Namah
Thank you,
Shivaya.
sir.
Bole
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Happy
Happy
Diwali.
Diwali to all.
Happy Diwali.